Town. Shit is crazy as fuck. What the fuck be going on, and people don't be into what like they just don't want to find out. Shit be wild. Thank you, Brazil. It's crazy right now. What's up? It's Smooth Miss Uncut. Join me on YouTube at Miss Uncut MMCC. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This shit is bug the fuck out to me. How many things can actually happen within one fucking life? I gotta say this. Because there's so many things on my mind right now, and what the fuck is floating in my mind. And it's crazy how all of these things happening, right? It has everything to do with stealing somebody's identity, stealing somebody's history, telling somebody how somebody's history goes, how they actually felt during the history, during that timeline history, telling other people how to feel, without their actual feelings being involved. It's just like, controlling of the and I mean, I don't know how else I can say that shit because it's so crazy. It's so bugged the fuck out. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never guess that, I would have never guessed so much gaslighting would have came in between. I know there would have been some, right? Just a little bit though, because you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody tell me some shit, I'm not gonna believe them all the way. But at the same time, I'm acknowledge the fact that maybe it did happen to them, right? So it's that part, right? But you know what I'm saying? Because but at the same time, when you see certain things happen, you tend to question the things that actually do be happening, because you only get one life, and you see how much life can actually bring you, right? So dealing with this whole stolen identity, I know I'm not the only one that's experiencing this too at the same time, which is really, 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 really fucked up. And like, the universe is just like, the God goes in everything right now. I forgot to put this shit on my whatchamacallit. They're exposing everything that needs to come the fuck out. And there's certain things that humans, they're not gonna wanna, they're not gonna wanna that's actually happening around them. And especially if they was to see a fucking AI, humanoid and things like that nature, or somebody that would, they got replaced. And like, nobody wants to admit that. Nobody would be able to, like, even comprehend that shit or accept that shit too at the same time. And it's just like, okay, so what do you do from there? Because you're going to be in shock for a while. You're going to be in shock. There's no way that there's no shock value behind it. Definitely going to be some type of shock value behind it. And as you can see, a lot of people, they're acting very, very strange. And it might be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it might be friends, relatives. It might be, you know what I'm saying? Things like that nature. They're built in a more conforming form of not themselves. So you recognize, like, yo, hold on, that person used to do that person used to do this. Now let's talk about this, like, the science behind it. Everybody is not a scientist. Some people just like to experiment. There's an actual difference, right? So when you have people who think, you know what I'm saying, like, they do things for science, and then you have the people who like to experiment on people. Those are two totally different people. Let's talk about it. And it's just like, like, you have those people who like to experiment, and not only experiment, or, you know what I'm saying, like, the people just like to do scientific shit. And there is a difference between the two, because, you know what I'm saying, being scientists could be it could be advice. It could be very addicting. being you know what I'm saying, like doing experiments on people, being very experimental, because I'm an experimental person, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, but I'm not a scientist, but I'm very experimental. And you can get addicted to certain things when you're experimenting, from along the lines. Another thing about that shit is aside from the experimentation, the scientists, right? I'm not exactly sure, like, are there, you know what I'm saying, like Hitler tests, dictatorship tests for a scientist. You know what I'm saying? Like, for someone to actually be in science so much and that's all they actually think about, you know, like, it poses as a problem, because it's like, okay, like, you can tell a person, like, listen, I don't want to be a part of your experimentations. I don't want to be your experiment. But they don't take it as such. It's like, well, I'm a scientist. So, like, this is my job. This is what I do. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not able to opt the fuck out. Why is that? Because I feel like that nobody's questioning that shit in the first place. Like, it needs to be questioned. Like, why does that person feel as you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be in their actual experiment, right? And more than likely they don't have a excuse. They don't have an excuse behind that shit. Just like, well, I just feel like it and I need a great test study and I felt like that you was a great test study. And it's just like, yeah, but you're intervening on my life and my lifestyle, my livelihood, and everything that I want to fucking do. So I don't know who the fuck gave you permission without actually asking me for permission, or, you know what I'm saying, like, any type of consent to actually do it. I'm trying to figure out, I don't know if it's a thing or not. I don't know if it's a thing, but do scientists actually get the Hitler test? Do they get the dictator test? Shit like that. I got questions. I really got questions, because there's way too many things that's going on, especially with science. Scientology is doing a number. I know there's a relation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's a relation between it all. And the real question is, what the fuck? Like, the question is, what the fuck? That question. I'm love. Yeah, so that is the question. So my thing is, it's like, my thing is, like, I'll say, fucking hell. Because then you gotta really wonder, you gotta really think about how much a person is willing to, how much a person is really in an experiment in the first place. Is that part. Like me, I don't want to be used as anybody's experiment in anything. Like, if we're going to do anything together, all right, like, ask me. I'm good at experiments and shit like that, but ask me.
What you thinking about me? Oh.
Is that part. Wait a minute. So now, for me, it's like, as many departments that there are within, you know what I'm saying, our own government and shit, you gotta really question, like, why hasn't it been, like, especially when they're dealing with AI. What up, Fladanka? What's good with you? Especially dealing with, like, especially dealing with AI. You mean to tell me that there's no dictator test? You mean to tell me that to tell if you can actually tell if a person is a dictator, or you know what I'm saying, like before they start building these AI machines, like, yeah, no, I want to sit up there and try to fuck up humanity or destroy humanity. You don't think that, you know how they be talking, you know how they say that you have to take a psychological test for certain occupations? Shouldn't it been shouldn't it been like a psychological test for certain people who create these apps or even AI and shit like that? Right? Like, shouldn't it have been? Like, because you gotta really think, like, if they really trying to control shit. What the sneaker? Oh. If they really trying to control shit like that, like, shouldn't they have taken a fucking dictator test? What the fuck? What's up, Lao Chen? That shit is crazy as hell. Motherfuckers just be sitting back and they be like, yo, don't you see that they trying to like take the whole world and just, huh? Like, no, we're gonna stop all of your experiments. We're gonna stop everything that you're fucking doing because you're doing a little bit too much. Matter of fact, we'll take away your toys away from you. Since this is a toy to you and you think my life is a fucking toy too at the same time, along with humanity's fucking, you know what I'm saying, life and shit like that, you went a little bit too far. Yo, Fladaka, Fladaka for real. Motherfuckers don't be thinking about that shit. Like, AI about to be a whole, no, the CEOs of the AI is about to be whole dictators, and they're gonna be fucking sitting back and then just chilling, and they sitting over here and destroying my, the domestic violence. Oh yeah, no, they're gonna be sitting back like, yeah, my AI robot did that shit, but they don't know that we took place of their fucking human brain. While they get away with that shit, and you be like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna charge the AI? No, you're gonna charge the fucking company that made or whatever, and it decided to make it abusive, because they do have racist robots out there too. Yeah, Fladanka, that shit crazy as hell. Like, that shit is crazy. That shit is wild. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Let me see if that helps. Yeah, that did. Like, seriously? Like, how do you let people create some shit and you see that they have narcissistic problems? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got some type of narcissistic shit inside of them. You know what I'm saying? I know the fuck. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know how to get off of that, there's a difference. Excuse me. There's a difference. You don't know how to think outside the box and actually think that there are other people than you that live on this planet. And because we all know when it comes down to dictators, they are not saying, they are not, how do you say that shit? Well, don't you think somebody that actually makes AI or else dealing with science has to be some type of well-rounded? You like, wouldn't you say so? That's kind of wild. I'm surprised at this, like this result right here, like this fucking result in the right, like this shit is crazy. I forgot the fucking Ace bandage on. This shit is crazy as hell. I don't even understand it, how they let it get this far, and then just saying to themselves like, yeah, no, this person is everything that he wants for him or herself, whatever company it is. It don't be just one particular company only. That shit is crazy.
Something wrong with my muscles. See it, right?
Your deltoids?
Yeah. It's like
The thing I can tell you is go to the doctor.
I'll go to the doctor tomorrow. Not going today. I'm going to enjoy my day.
Today is Sunday. most doctors, I don't know if they open or not, but I know most doctors.
To the ER.
This shit right here. I hate this fucking wrap. Like, on my fucking leg, yo. This fucking bruise. I cannot wait until this shit heal up all the way. I don't know if I'm putting it tight. I don't know what the fuck. What happens? Ow. Alright, so I've been resting all weekend. Yo, make sure you join me on YouTube at Miss Uncut MMCC. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe my content. Make sure you catch up on some of the content that I left out there on my channel on YouTube. And you can definitely follow me here also. Yeah.
Subscribe, people. Get in tune with the vibes. Nigga. Oh, yeah.
So, just to let you guys know that, to whoever it's important to and shit, it's a weird ass fucking experience. Like,